Hey there guys, Bruce Milligan from CellPro here. Alright, to start this puppy out, we're going to have to use the pick, and we're going to try and get in the back of the LG X Power 2 here. You're going to want to use almost like a leveraging type motion to get into this device, sort of like a twisting type thing. Probably want to start off by using a razor blade to try and get access to it. So here, yeah, you just a little bit more leverage on it. Yeah, it's a good device. This X Power 2 seems to be easily repairable. Alright, so here comes that back panel, and again, just getting that pick in there. Alright, now that that puppy's off, we're going to try and take out that SIM card tray just like that by poking it in, and blammo, that guy's out of there. Alright, so we're just going to also be fast forwarding through the screw removal here, because that's not fun. Fly through this here. Multiple screws just being knocked out there. I used 3 times fast rather than 2 times fast just to try and get through this to make the video a little bit shorter. Alright. So in this case, I'm not replacing the screen, I'm just removing the components on it. And then I'm just going to reuse that exact same screen to put everything back on again. Alright, so I'm using the pick around the, there's like an interior casing here that you want to get in between the screen and that gray frame, like the exterior of the green frame. And if you got some nails, sometimes you can do that because it's a little bit easier. It's not a tough guy to get off there, so I'm just going to use those nails and just get in like that. Then I'm going to use this pick to try and work in there too. And I notice there's one screw left in there, so I got to go back and knock that screw out. I don't know how I missed it, but whatever, it's the way it goes. Alright, cool, here we go. So now it just comes off easy peasy. Cool, great. Alright, so here we go. We're going to try and probably use your plastic spudger. You want to use plastic on these parts. It just sort of removes the battery, the screen cable, and all the camera cables. A lot of the components on this phone, the on-off button, the volume button, they use pressure in order to, just a contact sort of cable to sort of make that connection. So, alright, so we're moving the logic board out here. It's not screwed in by any screws, so that's nice. Alright, and what are we going to do? We're going to take the battery? Nope, not yet. Or who knows? Alright, so we're going to want to remove I want to use a little bit of heat here, actually. Put a little bit of heat on the front-facing microphone. The reason why you want to do that is because it can get stuck to the front of the screen, and you can lose, it can come into 2 different parts. So you want to use a little heat. You want to set your heat at about 150. Apply quite a bit of heat to get that guy off. Alright, now there's an extra part here. You want to get that off too. And now we're going to go for the vibrator. You're going to want to move that vibrator, apply some heat to that, and then the side buttons. You're going to want to apply some heat to those side buttons too. You just sort of work underneath them, get them off, and they're not a difficult one to get off, but I get underneath it like that. In this case, I'm not removing it because I am using the same screen, just a simple take apart video. Alright, so now I'm going to use this just to pop that battery off. It's a little bit easier because I already popped off the battery if the screen's broken. If the screen's broken, you can use a little bit of heat on the front just to try and loosen the adhesive on that battery, and as you can see, the adhesive is that black strips there, so yeah. Alright. So at the bottom there's the loudspeaker, has sort of a connection. This piece is actually really important, even though it is a little piece. It doesn't look super important, but you're going to have to remember this piece when you're doing the repair, or your loudspeaker won't work, and as well it could cause additional further issues. So just take that off, transplant it onto the new device, and away you go. Alright, so I simply just put the logic board back in place. I'm reconnecting the connectors, the battery. At the bottom there is the screen cable, and I'm going to put that front-facing camera back in place. And we're going to throw this back on. It just simply snaps back into place as it should. Fairly simple. I'm going to fast forward through these screws again. Alright, here we go. 3 times the speed. Put the screws on. One at a time. Here we go. Multiple screws. So yeah, this is the LG X Power 2. Good phone. Screen runs about $50. Not a difficult replacement to do. We're just going to snap it back on this. Now just snap it back on. Pretty simple. Take a look at it. Now you want to put the SIM card tray back into place. If you get your SIM card, don't forget that guy, as well as the memory card slot as well. So just put those guys back in. Pretty simple to put in. And that's a wrap. Turn her on, test it out, make sure it works. Test proximity sensors, microphones, that kind of thing. Alright guys, thanks a lot.